Well, hello man cavers, what are we doing today? We're going to be doing the main cylinder head for the Crossley. I think that's had a repair, but there you go. Right, we're going to get this thing stripped down and see what that's like. Oh, there's some work involved in this. Here we go. Right, you guys have seen the main head for the air compressor side of this been done. You have not seen, that valve was tight. Oh, that one's loose, but gets stuck. Right, okay, I think we need to draw this shaft out if we can. I think this whole shaft should tap that way, and there's a big nut fitting, so this whole bracket should turn out of that head. Hopefully, yeah, I really want to try and get that out there to make a proper job of painting this head. Let's start with taking this tap out, which we need to take out. I need to get another pot. Here we go. We need to get another tub to put the bits for this head in so they don't get lost. I think we had this nut off here, didn't we? Cool. We had this nut off to free this up when we first got the engine, didn't we? And did we have this whole shaft out, guys? I honestly can't remember if we had it out or not. Alright, so let's put our nut half back on and see if that'll tap out. Oh, yes it does, look. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember now. I think we've got to put a keyway back in here. Yeah, we had this shaft out to free it up. Yeah, there's a little tiny keyway go in there to lock this on, so that's timed up right. And there weren't never a key in there. When I took it to pieces, there weren't a key in there, so I'll probably make one up to put in there. Right, we need to get these valves out now. Yeah, that valve sticks when that goes wide open. Right. How do these pins come out of here? There's got to be a way for these pins to come out, guys, to get them valves out. We'll give them a wire brush. There we go. Cool. And I've got to see if we can get them pins out somehow. Let me put something underneath there to hold that valve. No, I wonder. Hang on. Will they just tap out? They do tap out, look. Note I'm using a very small hammer here as to not bend the valve. Is that tapered and I should knock that out the other way? Hang on. No, I don't want to come out either way, guys. Oh, I need to get something under here. Oh, I'll tell you what, this valve sits flat. Let's just do this one. Cool, this is a stronger spring than the other one, guys. Jesus, this spring is strong. I'm wondering if they're tapered, so they sort of go in one way. Right, I have no idea, guys. It seems like these little pins here do not want to come out. Cool, this spring is certainly stronger than the other one. I wonder if I've got to get some form of compressing tool on that to compress that. Was there not cotter pins on this? No, they're not. How do them little wedges come out? Let me have a fiddle and see if I can get them wedges out of there. Turns out all you need is a pair of mole grips on them, and they just pull out. That's all I did, guys. Ah, that's T-shaped, look. There we go, T-shaped. So that's right, I see what's got to happen now. So the weak spring come on this valve, we must remember that. So the left hand, the valve, the side of the oiler, is where the T-spring comes out. Opposite end of the flange, look. I'm saying that for my own record in case I need to re-watch this video. So let's see. That's how I got the other one out. It was just a case of putting a pair of mole grips on and pulling it. And what do you know, this one is putting up a bit more of a fight. You wouldn't believe how easy the other one come out when I pulled on it. Come on, go. Cool. Well, this one's a little bit tighter. That is halfway out though, mind. It is halfway out, guys. Sorry if you can't see a lot. There we go. That's out. Release the mole grips. There we go. So yeah, tight spring manifold side. There we go. Alright, let's see if these valves will come out of here now. I'll just get a little punch and tap them. That's the end of my punch. There we go. That's that one out. These are a little bit tight because they're rusty on the ends, so. Oh my word, look at that. Right, there's some crud in there, and look at the state of that valve. Look at all that cobweb, and do you know, the seats actually look half decent. I'll tell you, this engine does amaze me. It really does amaze me. I've said it 100 times, I don't think it's done a lot of work. Look at all that crud coming out of that headlight. Now this is quite crucial that this needs to be right. The air side may be not so important. This side, yeah, that's actually quite clean in that one. It's just this one. Whew. This side is absolutely we're just blowing all the crap out. There we go. There we go. That's blown the crap out of there. I think we need to just lap this valve in here a little bit. Do you know, that seat actually looks really good. I don't know whether you can see that. I'll zoom in as much as I can. But the valve seat actually looks pretty damn good. It really does. Both of them look very good, if I'm honest. Yeah, both of these look very good. I can't put them back in the wrong place because they are different size valves, so we ain't got to worry about them going back in the wrong holes. Right, I think, is that a repair there, guys, that little piece of braze there? Or would that have been an inclusion that was like touched up when it was brand new? If they cast that head when it was new and they then milled it off and they found an inclusion, would they have just brazed that up new and remilled? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to bother about it. That's been like that for years. Just thought I'd ask, see if any of you guys know. But there is definitely a braze in there, which you can't feel. It is machine dead smooth. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Which valve come out of which now? Does that one look right in there? Oh, it certainly isn't the right one, no. It certainly isn't, because it don't go all the way through, so this can't be the valve for this. We certainly can't get these wrong. Oh yeah, this one comes right through the other side, look. Right, I think we can be lapping this valve in. So let me get my valve grinding paste again. We used that the other day, didn't we? So we'll get that again and do a little bit of valve lapping. So we're back with our valve paste. So let's take the valve out. Put a little bit of coarse compound around here. You need coarse. I mean, some people are saying, oh, just use the fine, but when they're rusted up like this, yeah, you need the coarse, you really do. Plonk him back in, and then we'll get our drill on this side. There we go. We'll get our drill, go on a slower speed. There we go. Go the other direction. Go the other direction a bit. I don't think these valves are going to take a lot of lapping, to be honest. Other way. I'm doing this in real time so you can see how long it takes to lap a valve. Some people say you should take 20 minutes per valve, at least. Wow. That all depends how bad your valve is. If you're full of pit and you've recut valve seats, then yeah. Right. We'll take the drill off. Take the valve out. We'll clean this valve up. So we'll get our cleanest dirty rag and just get all this grinding compound off of here. And see how well the valve has come up. So if we haven't got any pitting, and it looks nice and uniform and shiny, it'll do. Alright, now we'll get the slightly cleaner rag, what's not oil soaked. And we should see a nice pronounced shiny ring around this valve seat. Alright, let's look at our valve to start with. Make sure there's no pitting in there. No, that's a bit of muck. And if you can't see any pitting on this camera because I'm zoomed in quite a lot, look at that. Absolutely superb. And what's our seat like? Right. Right, you can see here. Let me show you. Either the valve is slightly bent or something is not quite. See how you've got a perfect seat here and then that's got a line round here. Do you see what I mean? Yes, if this was a 500 horsepower Cosworth engine, you certainly wouldn't let that go. I don't know as I'm going to let it go, but yeah. Whether there's any gap down there, I don't know. I might lap this a little bit more to see if I can even this up. There is a shiny ring around here, so it is seating, but not round the full width of it. Do you see what I mean? It's not seating right around there, just on this piece. So I think this valve might have a very slight bend in it. But we're talking 1930 Crossley here. As long as it seats, it'll be fine. Right, I'll have another play with that one off camera, because that could take a while. That could take 20 or 30 minutes. We'll buzz over this one now and see how this valve's doing. Let's look at the seat originally. That seat is pretty damn good as well, look. Again, telling me I don't think this engine's done too much work. Hang on, that's the wrong valve, and we've just done this valve. Beg your pardon. There you go, that's the valve for that head. That's absolutely fine. I will give that a little bit more lapping. There you go. I will give that a little bit more lapping, but not yet. And if you're saying I did the wrong valve to the wrong head, you can't. The valves are a different length. This long one is the one we just done because that come through here and I got the drill on it. This one won't even reach through, so it's impossible to lap the wrong valve in. Right, let's do the same with this one. Get you guys back in your tripod. A little bit more coarse on this valve. There we go. I say I'm trying not to let these Crossley videos drag out too long, because not all of you probably want to see them. And I don't want you guys to get bored and say, oh, he's doing another video on that bloody Crossley. So, let's go the other way. Oh, this is feeling lovely. Drill slipped off. That might be enough. Let's have a look. So again, I'll get my oil-soaked, cleanest dirty rag. Or should I say the dirtiest dirty rag. And then our slightly cleaner one. And we'll look at this valve. That needs a bit more work. See that black around there? Hang on. Hang on. Oh, if you're being really picky, there's a couple of tiny pits here, look. That is pretty spot on though. I will give both of them valves a little bit more. Let me come in out of this valve seat. When you're doing this, guys, you've got to make sure you get every single bit of grit out of this before you put them valves back in, because the last thing you want is grinding paste going down them valve stems, because that'll wear your valve away. Wow, that'll wear you out quicker than X-Misses, mate. So there we go. Right, we can look in there at that head in this one, and we can see, well, that comes out on camera, but that seat there is perfect. So we just need a little bit more going over to get that pitting out of this valve. So I'll give that another few minutes. I'll do that off camera, guys, because trust me, you don't want to see me doing too much valve grinding. We will be back when I've done this. Right, there's our valve. Now we've had a second go at it. And I've been over it with the fine as well. I think this isn't, I don't think this is pitting. I can't feel it. I think it's more like staining. You certainly can't feel it. And on an old blower like this, it certainly isn't going to do a lot of harm. So yes, that's all good. These valves are now pretty damn good and pretty ready to be fitted back in when we're done. Right, I think next step is see if we can get these studs out, because I need to make a gasket up for that, don't I? So will these studs come out? I have no clue. Maybe a wire brushing is in need. That wouldn't surprise me if we need to wire brush this. And I'll put my drill on top of my wire brush, haven't I? Here we are. There we go. I do like this wire brush with the extra long bristles. It's really good for getting in places where maybe you can't normally get. Big long bristled brush, that's nice. Alright, now I'm thinking this should just come out here now. Oh yeah. Alright, that's taken the whole stud out. I don't mind that actually. It doesn't bother me if the whole stud comes out or just the nut. Now, this one's just the nut, look. It's easier if they come out because you can make your gasket easier. There we go. Let's put them up there. Right, that's that out. Will this thing come off now? Is there a way I can hold this in the vise? No, don't want to risk damaging it. I wonder if we can put a screw here and here to hold the head while we twist it. Right. We'll put some screws in there just to see if that'll hold this head so it don't twist under torque when I unscrew this. This is the benefit to having a wooden bench, not a metal one. You can drill through it if you need to. Alright, there we go, 1/2 inch Whitworth. Will this undo? Or is it going to wring my screws out? Maybe I need to put 4 screws in there. I guess we'll see. Or have we got to get some heat on it? Oh no, she's locked. Right, there was a lock nut on there, look, which is now broke loose. Excellent. So this whole, there you go. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to nip this down so I don't put it back in too far. So we've just got to put that back down now to where the... No, that ain't going to work, is it? No, don't worry about it, things. I want to take all that off and clean it. There we are. There's the guide for our push rod. All these can now be cleaned up and painted. There you go. Let's take them screws out because they're going to annoy me if not. There we are. There we are. Alright, that's the screws out, guys. And our head stripped. I think we're going to leave this video here. So I think you've seen enough, because all I'm going to do now is clean all this head up and give it a coat of red oxide, ready for our primer. So yeah, our valves are done. This head seems quite good. Let's just space this up, make a gasket for this, and then we'll call this video a day. This could take a little while. Let's try it doing it wet and dry. Let's wet our paper up so that hopefully don't block so much. There we go. She's biting now. There we are. Well, crikey, there's a Morris Minor pickup truck just went past. Who down this road has got a Morris Minor pickup truck with a wooden buck on it? I don't know, but I like it. Is this inlet or exhaust, this one? I couldn't tell you. Oh, yes. Where is it? This one is... Right, this one... Is that an inlet or an exhaust? I honestly don't know if that's an inlet or an exhaust. No, that'll be inlet. This one will be an exhaust, so that's absolutely fine for an exhaust. We can put a little bit of paste around that when we reassemble. That's pitted anyhow, you know, but it's a 1930 engine. It really isn't the end of the world. She'll go away with it. The inlet valve, yes, does need to be a little bit more, I can soon show if that's inlet valve because I can offer the carburetor on it. Yeah, that's the inlet valve, yeah. Perfect. So at least we know this is inlet. I'm going to try and get that stud out of there because I don't want that stud in there. That's going to get right in my way. So I'm going to use these mole grips that don't meet. Look, they leave the gap in the middle. So these don't meet, which will be good because that'll protect the thread. So if I can grip this right down the bottom, and hopefully this will come undone all right. So I can get this. No, that's going to damage them threads if I'm not careful. Get on there. There you go. No, we're leaving it. Last thing I want to do is damage that Whitworth stud. I could do the old two nut trick on there. See if we can lock two nuts together and turn it off. That just means I've got to get one of the nuts off this good stud. Oh, no. Right, these are tight, guys. There's a piece in the middle there with no thread. So you want to grip that in the corner of our vise. I'm going to have to really tighten it now. And hopefully that'll come off. Oh. And then we can put this nut, that's coming. And then we can put this nut on that stud with the other nut and lock them together, and that might pull the stud out. So I know if I didn't do that, you'd comment it. You should have locked the nuts together. And then you could wind them out with that. So we'll come back over our head. So we'll put these two nuts back on here. Let me move my... Oh, there's one nut. That's going back on there nicely, isn't it? Alright, that's that nut on there. Let's put our other nut back on. Try and get that virtually all the way through, like we have, virtually all the way through. Then we want two spanners to like lock these together, so we can like lock these nuts together, and that will put a firm grip on the stud. Yeah, that'll get a firm grip on the stud and hopefully allow us, there you go. So now we can get a spanner on both them, twist, oh. Get a spanner on both these, twist and hope. There you go. Now that's winding both the damn nuts off, look, together. Now that ain't working, guys, that's just winding both the nuts off. We'll have another go. We'll put this nut on here a bit more and try and lock these down a bit. We'll have another go at locking them. If not, that stud will have to stay in there. I'm not going to sweat it too much if it don't want to come out. I'm really not going to sweat it too much. Alright. Oops, them nuts aren't even. Let me get my longer spanner in this back one. Alright. Ah, right. There we go. Studs coming out, guys. Yep, studs coming out. Cool. There we are. Cool. There you go, she's coming quite loose now. There we are. Right, before we take that right out, we need to unlock them two nuts. Right. Let's unlock these two nuts, guys. There we go. Well, the nuts are unlocked, but I've taken the... There we are. I just got to get that nut now off the top here. There we are. And the bottom one off. There we go. That's our studs out. But that one, What's that inlet flange like? Do you know, that inlet flange is actually, I can still see the factory machine marks on that. I bullshit you not, I can see the factory machine marks on that, you know. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. See that? You can see factory. Can you see anything I'm doing there? Yes. You can see factory machine marks on there. Look, you can see them going round. That's absolutely fine. Excellent stuff. So let's make a couple of gaskets up, I think. I want a thin bit of paper. This is what I made the other ones from. Have we got enough in this piece? Just. So if I rip that off there and there. There we go. We can just tap round. So this is thinner paper. So you'll see how easy this paper cuts compared to the other. Ah, we haven't got any pronounced flange exactly on here. Yes, we have. We've got enough flange. There we go. There we go. We have a good gasket there. Fits better that way up. Get our ball bearing. We just need the smaller ball bearing this time, not the big one. There you go, same with this one. There we go, guys. One gasket. That's another one made up. Then fish out your little plug of gasket paper. There we go. Same with this side. Let me use this bit of wire. There you go. Get them little plugs out. Right, we now need a gasket for this one. I don't really want to use that thick paper, although that is enough. Is there enough? Ah, there's enough for this piece, look. Just. Saying that, that's an exhaust gasket. That's just going to burn that away, so it's pointless making one out of the paper. I'll have to see if you can get a composite one. So I don't think I've got any composite gasket paper left. I used to have some blue stuff, but I don't think I've got it anymore. Right, I think I used it. Right, guys, we're going to leave this video here. You've seen us do a little bit more to the Crossley, to her cylinder head, lap and valves in. Next thing for this really is just, well, a little coat of paint. You know, a little bit of a rub down on there, a little bit of red oxide. And yeah, she'll be good to go. She'll look really nice. I think what I am going to do is take it outside quickly before I do that and wash it down in a diesel mix all inside to get all that valve grinding paste out of there, because that's nowhere near cleaned enough in there where that valve grinding paste was. So I will get all that out with some paraffin. But yeah, we'll do that. And the next time you see this head, it'll probably be oxided. Right, I'm going to go, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Crossley 1040 PHCM compressor.